This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Marcum versus Bell. You all have been together for several years. You've talked about moving in together, but nobody's moving anywhere as long as these allegations of cheating are still unresolved. Is that right, Ms. Marcum?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Hey, tell us why you've opened this case and what warning signs you've seen that he's cheating.
Well, over a course of time, I've noticed some things. Him hiding his phone all the time, or very secretive with his phone, and every single thing is just about him. All his pictures, photos, videos, none of it has anything to do with me. He gives me some mumbo jumbo about his girlfriend can't be included on his social media. Oh yeah, we're blocked.
Because, Your Honor, you know what?
You can't access him. He won't be your friend. He won't have you on there.
No,
And there's no mention of you anywhere on the social media.
absolutely not.
We looked into your social media pages, Mr. Bell, and looking at your Facebook page, there are 117 photos on your Facebook page, none of Ms. Marcum. We looked at your Instagram account. There are 1,610 posts on your Instagram account, none of Ms. Marcum. Why have you excluded her from your life?
Your Honor, she's dramatic and she does crazy stuff. I'm in the music industry, so that I have to request friends and, you know, be social. She goes, every female that I become friends with, she go request them, and, you know, she's messing up all type of business. It's money I'm missing because of this stuff.
Oh my gosh, I'm the one who put him in the music business, first of all.
Oh.
She
Okay?
And so, Ms. Marcum, you think that him excluding you from his social media doesn't have anything to do with the music industry? You think
Absolutely
he
not.
doesn't want his other women to know that he's involved with you?
That is correct, Your Honor.
What do you have in your hand?
I have proof here, Your Honor, of him speaking, texting other women.
Oh. Ron, would you please get that for us so we can see what we got?
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
All right, so we have here some text messages.
So, Ms. Marcum, you write, I believe you two have met the other woman, so why are you adding me? And you respond to ask what the situation is. And she responds, as far as I know, he's single. And so you ask, so have you been talking or seeing each other? And she says, yes, we have met, and somewhat.
Mr. Bell, who is this woman?
Your Honor, that's somebody who I talked to. I asked about a dog. I was trying to buy a dog from her. And, you know,
He can't have dogs at his place of living.
but it don't matter. If it's a dog that I like, I'll still get it. But, Your Honor...
Wait. You're telling me that this woman that says, so have you been talking or seeing each other? And she said, yeah, we met and somewhat you've been seeing each other.
She's
It's
lying
been
to me.
over a dog?
No, somewhat we've been talking, but we only met one time. That was at the club.
Excuse me, dating website.
Yes,
Let's see that.
Miss good old last one right there.
That's the same woman?
Yeah, it migrated from there to club talking to, that was a Facebook messenger. So she's his Facebook friend.
So this is a person that he's met on Plenty of Fish.
Yeah.
Okay, so is that where you
Maybe
go buy
not
your
originally,
dogs? Is it
but-
Plenty of Fish?
No, I was on there. Yes, I was. I had seen her on there, and I just happened to say hello.
Just happened to.
Yeah, like
so
you-
Nice to meet you here.
you went to the pond on Plenty of Fish to get a dog.
No, I did the messages on Facebook, but when I seen her on there, I said, like, what you doing on here?
All right,
You know,
Tyler, you know
I'm-
what the question is. Go ahead and
I'm starting to
ask
wonder
it.
who the dog is.
Oh.
Now,
That's what I'm
here's
starting to
Your
wonder.
Honor,
But the big question, why were you on Plenty of Fish to
There
begin
it
with?
is.
Okay,
There's
Your Honor,
Mr. Scarlett.
this is why. For the whole time we've been dating, it's been a year and a half, I just recently find out the whole time that she's been living with her baby's father and kids, 3 kids, and they have a dog also. So that's a whole family.
Okay, how did you not know that she was living with her ex?
Because she never brought me to her house. I never met anybody in her family. I never been to no social events, family, none of that. Out the whole year and a half.
Okay, but how did you find out?
Your Honor, she gets in a bad accident. The baby daddy was up at the hospital, and he was telling everything.
He's living with me. It's my condo. I own it. Me and my ex has not been together in over 7 to 8 years.
But Mr. Bell, that still doesn't answer the question, why are you on Plenty of Fish?
Because I feel like I'm alone. I mean, she's at home with him, and I'm at home in my bed by myself. So I'm like, you know, maybe I need a backup
So rather than
plan.
talk to her about it, say,
Hold on. Mr. Cutler, I think this is a fair question. Why didn't you tell him you were living with your ex?
Because I know how it looks, Your Honor. I absolutely know how it looks.
Okay, but it doesn't look that way if you're honest at the beginning. That smells a whole lot different than a year and a half in. Oh, you know that thing I didn't tell you?
No.
Yeah, it looks completely different. But is your testimony, Mr. Bell, that you are not cheating?
No, I'm not cheating, Your Honor.
You haven't gone fishing, you just looking at the fish.
That's it.
Miss Marcum, do you have any other reason to believe that he's cheating?
Yes, my wreck happened on March the 1st, okay? On January the 4th, prior to this, I'm calling his phone. He's not answering. He's off work at this time. So, he doesn't answer his other line of communication. So guess what? I showed up over his house. What's going on
Which
here?
you always do.
So
stalk
you're
my
calling
house.
him, trying to track him
It
down.
wasn't because of this.
You get there, what happens?
So I arrive to his apartment, which is in a hallway full of other apartments, and I hear loud music. And I know at 12:30 in the morning he can't play loud music. So I go up to the door and just listening. I hear girls laugh.
From his apartment.
From his apartment. I knock on his door and everything. No answer. They hear me. They turn it down. So there's a sliding glass door in the back. So I run around there and just see what I could see from there.
Oh, my
Ron,
goodness.
do you mind coming up here and I have some evidence
Ron,
for you?
she
I
has
want
an
you to
exhibit.
see.
Would you help her with that?
I got some pretty pictures over here.
Crazy.
I go around to the front. This is his bedroom window, and it's basically at ground level, but it's at the top of a room, as you can see in the second picture. So I slide that little piece of glass over, which is on the top. Here's his bed. I decided, well, I can jump through there and onto his
I come
bed.
in and she's hanging in the window.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay.
I hear a laugh again, I'll do it again. So, a foot, no, I won't. I'm just playing, because honestly, I ended up in a pretzel on the
She fell
floor.
on the floor.
So you climbed through the window.
She hurt
Pretzel.
herself.
I didn't make it. So he comes bashing in the room. What are you doing? What are you doing?
So what did you find when you got in?
Oh, girl. And him. He's in his tank top, his ripped up pants and everything. And she decides she's gonna bring over a 1/4 big bottle of vodka. We'll run what we got here.
All right, Mr. Bell, it's 12:30. What in the world is this woman doing at your house?
Okay, I work second shift, Your Honor. So I get off work at 11 o'clock. So that's when my night starts. So she just came over, we were just chilling, kicking it. And I didn't open the door because I knew she was gonna come in dramatic and I didn't want to start no trouble.
she came in dramatic on
Definitely did.
Should I open the door?
What were you doing with this woman?
We was just hanging out, drinking and hanging out.
And I'm presuming you think they were sleeping together, and you either caught them after or just before they jumped off.
Exactly.
All right, Ms. Marco, is there anything else that supports your belief that Mr. Bell is cheating?
The girl calling his phone in the middle of the night time. She called his phone in the middle of the night while he was asleep, and of course I'm gonna answer
So what did
it.
you say to her?
She was actually, I said, this is Rome's girlfriend. And she said, oh, I had no idea he had a girlfriend.
You
making
actually
me like
submitted
this.
your conversation with this woman.
Yes.
All right, so this is Miss Marco. Hello.
Okay.
Who is this? Casey Rome's girlfriend. You just called his phone. I was unaware he had a girlfriend. Have y'all hooked up? What did she say to that?
That's when she actually called my cell phone, because I got
She
her
said
number
no.
off his phone.
But did she answer your
She
question?
did say no, that they have not hooked up, but they have been talking for quite a while. And this was in February.
Mr. Bell, why didn't this woman know you have a girlfriend? If you've been talking for a while, why didn't she know that?
Because I didn't have to tell her because we wasn't talking like that. I mean,
What were y'all
You talking
about?
late at night?
no, this is a different one. We was just having a conversation.
Yeah, it's a different
Just
one.
All right, here's the
conversation.
thing.
Maybe he was trying to find another puppy.
Here's the thing. Even if you aren't going to get with her, even if you aren't cheating, Even if so, this young lady, whoever she is, this third person, she deserves to be treated well as well. She deserves to know your status because she thinks you're available. And that's not fair to her. And this woman is supposed to be with you, and it's not fair to her to have some woman out here being strung along. Even if you haven't gone there, you so close to there that it stinks. And Ms. Marcum, it's your hope to keep this relationship going.
Of course.
You want to eventually move in and move forward, is that correct?
Of course.
And so your goal is hopefully to get answers and that those answers be the answers you need to move forward.
I just want answers. He skirts around a question. It's yes or no.
I got you. So,
You know?
Mr. Cutler, I think we have enough right here.
Okay.
What we have is his social media is the #1 cause of her concerns. She's not on it, and she thinks that's proof that he wants to hide her so he can do what he wants. She's climbed through his window, which is scary, to find another woman in there. Then late night phone calls with women. He's on plenty of fish. He's out there fishing, and he's in a pond trying to get a dog. I don't understand it.
A lot of them.
And because of that, she is concerned that he's cheating. She wants the relationship to move forward. She wants to know that he's innocent. But if he isn't, she's done. She's out. Am I right?
I'm done.
All right.
I get
So that's where we are, Mr.
Tell me the
Cutler.
truth.
Well, to get to the bottom of this court has done a full and complete investigation. At this time, the court will hear from licensed private investigator Brett Magleby to determine, is he cheating? Ron, please escort Mr. Magleby in.
How are you, Mr. Magleby?
I'm well, thank you very much.
Thank you for being here. Can you please state your credentials for the court record?
Yes, I spent 23 years in local law enforcement, 6 years as a licensed private investigator, and I'm currently a state administrator of iDetect.
In order to get to the truth surrounding the infidelity allegations in this case, you performed an iDetect test, is that correct?
That is correct.
Can you please explain how an iDetect test works?
During a test, a person sits in front of an iDetect computer equipped with an infrared eye tracking camera. The camera monitors involuntary eye behavior. The camera takes approximately 60 pictures per second of an eye. During the course of a 30-minute test, there are more than 1 million data points that we gather. At the conclusion of the test, proprietary algorithm analyzes the data and provides a truthful or deceptive response.
So how is this iDetect test being used currently in the world?
Well, governments and organizations and credibility assessment experts around the world use iDetect, and we screen potential and existing employees for serious crimes such as espionage, sabotage, terrorism, drug use, even unethical behaviors can be monitored.
All right.
So you performed an iDetect test on Mr. Bell. The test asked him a series of questions to get to the bottom of his girlfriend's accusations that he has cheated and had sexual contact with other women since the beginning of their relationship. How did he respond to the accusation?
He denied having sexual intercourse or contact with any person other than Ms. Marcum since the beginning of their relationship.
What did the iDetect test determine?
The iDetect test determined that he was deceptive.
Mr. Bell,
Yes, sir.
now's your chance to come clean. Who have you been with since you've been in a relationship with Ms. Marcum?
I haven't been with nobody. I just been, I've been just me.
Mr. Bell, this is your one chance. If you plan to be with this woman, to clear the record. Now, we got you. You can't, this thing picks up the things you can't control in your eyes and your movement. Am I right,
That's
mister?
exactly right.
All right, now, so what you are hiding, you can't hide on this test. So here's your chance to just clear the record, do the right thing.
Oh, okay, I'll tell it. I'm deceptive. I'm being deceptive.
We know that.
You know-
Who you been deceptive with?
The girl that climbed through the window. I mean, that she climbed through the window.
Who else?
Are you still seeing
That's
her?
it. No. She ran her away. I mean,
He
that
doesn't
was
have
it.
a truthful bone in his body, and he said he did not have sex with her that night. I know.
Miss Marcum, you got answers to your questions.
Thank you.
They weren't the answers you may have wanted.
Nope.
What we want to know is, what do you want to do going forward?
I was a good person to him. I was a good woman to him. We did a whole lot of things. You know? He
And it's
can't even
tearing you up.
He can't even give me that part of honesty.
So what do you want to do? Do you want to go forward, or are you done?
I'm done.
You all have been together for 19 years. You're married, and I noticed in the court papers there's a 10-year age difference. Miss Banks, you're 10 years older than Mr. Banks.
Correct.
But Mr. Banks, you're concerned that...
Oh.
Really?
We're not supposed to
It was just a little love between us.
Okay.
I ain't mad at her.
Yeah, I mean, 10-year age difference. But Mr. Banks, you're concerned that your cougar may have found a younger cub.
I believe she wants somebody younger than me.
Oh, boy.
That is not true, Your Honor, at all. That is not true.
Well, Mr. Banks, what's at stake here? I mean, if she has found somebody younger, what does that mean?
That means that I have to find me somebody else. We're gonna get a divorce, Your Honor. If I find out that she's cheating on me, because I'm too good for her. I mean, to her, for her to, cheat on me.
Oh,
Yeah, that's 19 years.
now.
Yes.
You,
And
Your Honor,
you
can I
gonna
say
walk away
something?
from it. You'll
Yeah,
walk
I
away from it.
because I'm faithful to her.
Okay.
I mean, we had some times where I wasn't, but we got through that. And we shouldn't have to deal with that
But
anymore.
Your Honor, I have never cheated on him.
Okay.
With him, it's like he can go and smile and talk to anyone he wants. I have to sit down, don't say a word, and
No, Your Honor, no.
if I do,
Listen.
what?
So you're saying it's a
That's
double
not true.
standard.
Double
It's like
standard.
he can do and smile and be Mr.
All
Friendly,
that.
but if you Miss Friendly, there's a
I
problem.
am cheating.
okay, Mr. Banks, she says you smile and you friendly with everybody, and do you consider that cheating?
A woman and a man have two different...
It's inappropriate.
I always tell her about hugging men. She'll let a man come and hug her, front on, like, you don't do that.
You can't have a friendly hug with a man?
No.
No, I mean, she should hug a man from the side or something. She'll hug a man.
Ah, you talking about the Christian side hug, like,
There you go,
And
yeah.
That's what I
good morning, and keep it
That's-
moving.
Wait a minute.
When you
Not
marry,
the-
she knows that bothers me.
Well, okay, but the issue for you, Mr. Banks, is that you think she has a new cub.
Absolutely.
Is there a particular cub that you're worried about?
My buddy Anthony,
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Tell us
he
about
has-
that.
he happens to pop up every time I'm not home. One time I was out of town, listen, let me talk. One time I was out of town, he called. I was on the phone talking, I heard a knock on the door. I'm like, who is that? She goes, oh, that's Anthony. I told, get him the phone. Man, quit coming to my house when you know I'm not there, because he knew I was leaving. You know I'm not there, don't knock on my door. So I told her, I told him, but later on, I come home, I asked him, you didn't come back to my house? Oh yeah, man, I did, it was an emergency. I had to use the bathroom, my wife wasn't at home or something.
That's
and I
true.
came up to the door,
But
and I
that's
knocked on
true,
the
and-
door, and Nita let me
Say-
come in.
And use the bathroom.
But what you tell me?
And I told you no because I didn't want no argument. You
Oh,
know
so
how
it's-
you are. I had actually forgotten that he had came in and used the bathroom.
Okay, Ms. Banks.
Hold on just a second. I
Okay.
just want to get some clarification on this gentleman. You say he's younger than you.
Absolutely.
Now, you're 10 years younger.
Right.
And he may be 15, so she won't step down another 5, I guess.
Okay. All right.
That's a joke to me
All right.
because
You
it
like
was
young man, though, right?
Look, I didn't know how young you were when I got with you.
okay.
You know why I got with you? Because I felt like you were a gentleman. So that's why I got with you.
And that ain't got nothing to do with age.
Ain't got nothing to do with no age. I did not know how old he was.
Do you have any other reason to believe that she's cheating?
Well, one time, Jan, I was working third shift, right? And
Okay.
I leave home, and I left my ID to get in the building, so it was like a half an hour drive to work. So I got there, and I seen I left my ID. So
What time of night we talking about?
It's 11 o'clock at night. I'm working third shift.
Okay.
Okay.
So I comes back to the house. I knocks
Where
on the
was I?
door for
Where
her to
was I
come.
at?
Hold on,
answer
Miss
the-
Banks, hold on.
It took her a while to get to the door. She comes, she surprises me. I'm like, what took you so long? She had some kind of excuse. So I go, I'm a suspicious person.
I'm asleep.
So I goes to the front door. I'm open, the screen is open. Why is the screen door? We don't use this door. I looked, there's footprints in the snow going to the side of the house out to the street. I called her because she always tell me, oh, you tripping, there ain't nothing. Come here, let me show you, come here. Why is these, oh, that must be the mailman. It's 11 o'clock at
Or
night.
either a deer or something.
A deer with feet.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, how do you know that the mailman didn't have those footprints from earlier in the day?
No, it had just snowed about evening time, 5 o'clock, after the mailman was about 12 or...
So we're talking fresh snow and
Yes.
fresh snow prints.
Yes.
And, you know, Ms. Banks, a deer, really? That's what you're going with?
Oh, they have little kind of
That
circles.
is his assumption of what he actually don't know what time the mailman came. We got kids. They could have did it.
We don't use our...
But everybody uses the side doors, mine.
Everybody
No, but
use
they
the side
go
door.
through the front yard and stuff sometime, running around or anything.
Were these footprints right up to the door, or just out there in the yard?
Right out the door, like someone was trying, you know, a normal person would go out the driveway that's leaving. This footprint was up the side of the house, through the neighbor's yard and out to the street.
Oh.
So
you know what? Are you thinking that maybe the reason it took her so long is that person was coming out the front door and she was coming to the side door?
Yep. That's what I
That's
believe.
what he thought.
That's what
yes,
we
that's
hear.
true.
I really
He did
believe
really
that.
believe that.
I gotta
It
ask the
did not
question,
happen.
was somebody in your house? Nobody was in bed
No
with you?
one was in the house. I was in there asleep. And that's what took me so long to get to the door. And I'm wondering why you didn't use the key. Why you didn't call me?
Because I wanted you...
He was trying to
I
talk.
like to come home without you knowing I'm coming.
Mr. Banks, this sounds like a stupid question, but I got to ask it anyway. Do you trust your wife?
No.
Wow.
Okay, maybe it wasn't a stupid question.
No, it was the
I mean,
question.
I wouldn't be here if I trusted her. I wouldn't be here. This is what I'm here for.
I've been loyal to this man for 19 years, it's like.
How does that make you feel that you've been loyal for 19 years, but yet he says he doesn't
I feel
trust
like
you?
I'm nothing, you know, that I'm nothing to him.
Yeah.
So it makes me want to say, okay, it's over for him to keep doing this.
And this ain't gonna be news to none of us that you can't have a successful marriage without
With
trust.
no trust.
So, yeah, you're in the right place. We gonna figure this out.
And so, Mr. Banks, do you have reason to believe that these footprints were left by this friend Anthony?
Could be, or it could be.
They look like about his foot size?
Yeah, me and him have about the same size foot.
Does he know your work schedule, like when you leave the house?
Yes, he does, Your Honor.
So he would know if you left the house that you'd be gone all night.
Yeah.
And so the coast would be clear.
Yes.
Your Honor,
actually,
he
Your
is
Honor,
paranoid.
He calls me all the time at work. Oh, what you doing, man? I'm at work like I was yesterday when you called me, or last week. Oh, man, I forgot what hours you work.
But, Your Honor, what do I have to do with it? That's what I keep telling him. That's your friend.
Well, if he's keeping
What
up with
do-
his hours, he's trying to keep up with his hours so he can keep up with you.
But he's
That's what
not.
I think.
That is not.
That's what I
think. Judge Cutler, that is not true.
That's what I think.
Well, we got your side, we have her side, and we have that other man's side. He is here. Ron, would you escort him in?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah? He is younger, Mr. Cutler.
Yeah.
He has dreads, Mr. Cutler.
Yes.
I can see where there could be some
Nice
issues.
looking young man. Good day, sir. How are you?
How you doing, Mr. Cutler?
I'm doing fine,
Mr.
thank
Cutler.
you.
How are you?
Would you state your name, please, for the record?
Anthony Bond.
All
Okay.
right. So you are the Anthony that we've been talking about.
Indeed, indeed.
Okay? How do you know Ms. Banks?
I've known Ms. Banks for quite a while. I've known her. We all stayed in an apartment complex back in like maybe 2009, and I was married at the time. And I met her before I got a chance to meet Selvin. And when he was away at the time, and when he came back, me and him got to know each other, and we became friends. So
So you know her and you're friends with him?
yep, I know both of them.
And you consider Mr. Banks a friend?
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
He has testified that he has told you not to come to his house when he's not home. Is that true?
That is truth to that, yeah.
Okay, have you been to his house when he's not home?
I've come by, but that's unknowing of him not being there.
Okay, so you thought he was there.
Right.
All right.
Mr. Banks, you want to ask the witness a question?
Yeah, I want to ask him questions.
Because typically we ask the questions, but you got a question you want to ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna.
What's your
Now,
question?
Didn't you tell me that she let you in the house one time when I said, man, don't come to my house? And when I asked you, I said, did she let you in, man? Because she said no. And you told me, yeah, man, she did let me in. I came in for a while, had a talk with her, and I left.
No.
No, it wasn't no talk. I used the bathroom and I left.
Oh, but you didn't stay and talk to her?
No, we didn't stay in there. There wasn't no conversating.
She had told me she never let you in,
But-
and now that didn't
And the
occur.
reason that I told him that is because it was going to strike up an argument, and we
Why
would have
not
been
just
arguing.
don't let him in
And,
then?
okay, but
And let him go to the gas
Just being-
station.
that's
Okay,
being
Mr. Banks,
polite
that is
and
kind of
nice. Just
inhumane,
be
isn't
normal.
it?
That's
You know,
very
a friend
inhumane.
of both of you all says I have to
Then-
use the bathroom. You're like,
and-
no, go down to the gas
Yes.
station. I mean, do you
Okay,
really
no.
expect
Why would he
somebody to do
expect me
that?
to say that? You know, how would he expect me to say that?
Because my husband
It's not at home.
not at home, and he asked me not to allow you in my home when he's not there.
Okay, look, I understand. I just don't think that's realistic.
Yeah, I mean,
I just don't think. But I
Thank
mean, the
you, God.
undercurrent to all this is
Thank you.
Tell
your
me
husband
about
told you
when I asked
he didn't want Anthony in his house, and then after that point in time, you let him in the house and then lied to your husband about it.
Right.
all right.
Mr. Bond,
Yes.
Mr. Banks is concerned that his wife is cheating. Does he have anything to be concerned about?
I mean, I think he has a little bit to be concerned about as far as like she's still, kind of vibrant and she still has her looks about herself. But as far as
That's
being
not my
concerned,
fault. That is not my fault.
Thanks, man. Thanks for the
Mr.
compliment.
Banks, that's a compliment.
Yeah, thanks,
I
man.
mean,
Thanks.
So you think Mr. Banks may have something to worry about because she still got it going on.
she still got it going on. She has a lot of vitality about her, and her looks is still there. So
Okay, well then the question is, does he need to worry about you?
no, because as far as our friendship, I value our friendship, and I've told him this numerous times. We've had many of conversations, and I told him like, you don't have to worry about me ever having to, do something that's going to break the trust that we have, or the friendship that we have as a whole, as me knowing him and her.
So
And I wouldn't want to mess that up.
let me just ask you point blank.
Go for it.
So that there's no question. Have you had sex or any kind of intimacy with Miss Banks?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
I hope that's true, man. I hope that's true.
Oh, it's true. It's true.
Thank
right.
you, Mr.
Thank you, Mr.
Bond.
Bond.
You can stay right there.
All right.
All right.
This court has done a full and a complete investigation. At this time, the court will call a certified polygraph examiner, Michael Williams, to determine is she cheating. Ron, please escort Mr. Williams in.
Michael Williams.
Would you state your credentials, please, for the court?
I'm a retired federal agent with 25 years of federal service. I'm currently a certified polygraph examiner for the state of Georgia and also a private detective.
You conducted a polygraph examination of Ms. Banks, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
You asked Miss Banks, since being married to your husband, have you had physical sexual contact with Mr. Bond? What was her response?
Your Honor, she said no.
What did the lie detector determine? What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined she was being truthful.
We have one more question.
Okay.
One more.
You asked Ms. Banks, since being married to Mr. Banks, have you had sexual intercourse with any other men? What was her response to that question?
Your Honor, she said no.
Are you ready for this answer, Ms.
Yes,
Banks?
I am. I'm
Mr.
ready.
Banks, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
What did the lie detector determine?
Your Honor, the lie detector determined she was being truthful.
No, I don't want no hug now. No, see, that's wrong.
Sorry, baby.
No, you're not. You're not sorry.
I am sorry. I am. I really am.
You are not sorry. You're not sorry.
Mr. Cutler asked me what we gonna do with y'all. I'm not sure. But I got a few words for you.
Okay.
One, y'all are really cute. Y'all are really cute. And
Not just cute, vibrant.
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 Yes,
Vibrant.
yes. So here's some things, Mr. Banks. She's a good person.
She is a good
So you have to start from the premise that good people tend to do good things. Right. And if you keep that in mind, you won't be worried about all this other stuff.
Right.
Yeah, because she's a vibrant, outgoing woman. That's what you liked about her.
Right,
That's
absolutely.
what attracted you to her. So you can't use that against her now to
Right.
beat her over the head with it just because you think she
And that's
might
what
be
he do.
cheating with somebody.
And Mr. Bonds, show some grace to your friend, Mr. Banks.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna give him some hard time on this,
Okay.
but he gonna get it, man. 'cause I
Okay.
told him.